Amanda Evans-Marsh. She's an amazing agent, an amazing Airbnb owner, an amazing investor. She's here to share her tricks of the trade with y'all. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Brick by Brick Building Homeownership. I'm your host, Suzi Beaver. And today we have with us Miss Amanda Evans-Marsh. She's a realtor with Central Carolina Real Estate here in Marshville, North Carolina. Amanda is one of my dearest friends, just like a sister to me. And she's an amazing agent, an amazing Airbnb owner, an amazing investor. And she's here to share her tricks of the trade with y'all. Real estate is one of those things that you never can go wrong when you're investing in real estate or using it to build your net worth or using it to create and produce an income for yourself. So that's what we're here to talk about today. Let's get going on this. So Amanda, welcome.
Well, thank you. That was the sweetest introduction. Thank you. Those were such kind words.
So you mean the world to me. So,
Right back at you, girl.
thank you. So anyway, let's talk a little bit. So gal that wears many, many hats.
We love the hats. We love them, especially if they're trucker hats or cowgirl hats. Those are my favorites.
Howdy.
That's right.
Amanda has this amazing bright pink hat that says howdy across the front of it. It cracks me up every time she wears
It's a
it.
good conversation starter. I like for people to talk to me. So, but sometimes you forget that you have it on. And then people are like, howdy. You're like, oh, me. Howdy. So, yes, lots of hats, lots of different roles, but all kind of like tied into the same thing as just my love for real estate.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So not only are you a realtor, you actually have an investment property of which you've turned into an Airbnb. And it's something that you're generating and creating income outside of your real estate business and providing a place for people to be able to go and enjoy family vacations. It's at the beach, so it's a wonderful place to be able to go. And so let's talk about that a little bit. Let's share how that evolved and where you came into this particular investment and how that's rolling for you and how you're enjoying this process.
I am being that I'm in real estate, I love to look at real estate. So I'm constantly looking online, watching properties in different places. I mean, I search for properties all over the world, just because I like to look. So some people may scroll reels. I like to scroll homes. And I just think that it's neat to see what's out there.
Yeah.
But I'm not from North Carolina, but my father was, and my husband is obviously a Marsh from Marshville, so he's a local. I think he's as local as you get to Marshville, but
You're kidding.
but he grew up going to Oak Island and has always really liked that area. I grew up going to Riceville Beach, so a little bit different of an area. But long story short, I found this property and I told him, I said, we've got to buy this house. And he said, well, let's see it. And I showed it to him, and it was complete brown paneling, same furniture that the people probably bought back in the 70s. I mean, you almost felt like you were walking into a time capsule. Super cool. But the really neat part about it, what drew me to it, were the vaulted ceilings in the living room.
Oh,
And so at the price point we were looking at, that's just not a common feature.
absolutely.
And then to be from the front yard, you can see the ocean. You can walk to everything. I was like, this has all of the stuff that we can't duplicate.
Exactly.
I can give it a hug and make it cute, but I cannot pick it up and move it elsewhere without changing the price.
Absolutely.
So we looked at, well, actually, first we reached out to the agent. They were in verbal, negotiations with someone, and we were like, oh, well, it's just not going to work out. And I was super bummed.
Huh.
And it had been on the market, I don't remember, maybe a few months. And a couple weeks later, I noticed, hey, it didn't go under contract. So I reached back out to the agent and was like, we'd really like to come see it, and set up an appointment, went and showed it. And we decided, all right, we're going to do this. So I think that at the time we tad bit underestimated the work that needed to be done. We really thought that it would be a little bit quicker than it was. But knowing now what we didn't know then, not to put the country songs.
Who knew that your hugs were going to be so amazing for all the extra special touches that you put in there? I don't think that's what you anticipated.
I mean, we completely transcend it.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, the power of paint on paneling, we really thought we were gonna have to drywall the whole place to
Oh,
make it
wow.
more, appealing,
Yeah.
but I think that if we all I mean, we showed up the morning of that we were gonna take down all of the paneling. We had sledgehammers, we had crowbars, and my husband and I, fueled by, coffee and matcha, were like, "We're gonna do this," and we both looked at each other, we were like, "I think this is a bad idea," and so we reevaluated our plan, but that is how, and she actually was named the Blue Pearl at first,
Yes.
which was trademarked by someone else, so we don't wanna get into that.
Exactly.
And my sister helped us name, the house 104 by the Shore,
Yeah.
and, the addresses have always been special to me. We really always like the number 104 because that is the number of the house, address where I grew up,
No way.
and so that was super special to us,
Wow.
and so my sister was like, "What about 104 by the Shore?" And I was like,
Perfect.
"Done."
It has a ring to it and
Love it.
everything.
So, about oh goodness, how long? We renovated it for a while, like probably 9 months, I think.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, you came down, putting bed frames together, doing whatever. And every weekend we would go down, we'd get done with work on Friday, head down there, and then we would just work and work and work. And then it's like, man, we got more to do.
Yeah.
So, for our first Airbnb total renovation, it was a big project.
Yeah, it
But
was.
they say if your marriage can survive that, you can survive anything. So
Amen.
we're
Amen to
good.
that one.
We're good. We survived it.
You know, but I just love all the unique special touches. I mean, even like the wallpaper on the ceiling. I mean, who'd have thought of such a thing to have oyster wallpaper that's pink and your little pink refrigerator? I mean, it is so cute and classy and just so attention to detail. We travel and we go through Airbnbs and yours is like one of the most incredible ones when it comes to actually paying attention to just the fine little teeny tiny details that make it special. Everything color coordinates, everything matches, it flows well. It's absolutely beautiful. It feels like that warm cozy hug. Just like you said, I can hug it and you're literally doing that every time that you have a guest at that home.
Goal achieved. Goal
But it literally transforms when you're staying there. And you're 100% right. That, vaulted ceiling and that wall of windows, I love. I mean, that is just one of the most special and unique places of just features of the home altogether. It is just to be able to look outside and just have all that natural light come in, and it's beautifully decorated, it's comfortable, it's one of those things. So, now that you guys, survived renovations, and I mean, even like, is it your dad, your stepdad that builds furniture?
Yes.
I mean, just the uniqueness of like the rooms and everything
Yeah.
that with like that special bed that's in there for a family. You know what I mean? The queen size bed below with the bunk bed on top that was just made specifically for that room.
Yes.
The light fixtures. I mean, I remember going there, wow, this is so incredible. It's like the design and just like I said, just all the little features that you just you can just it was just amazing.
Well,
Just amazing. Hand-picked hugs.
Well, and that's really when we purchased the place, we wanted I'm really sentimental. And so core memories, like that term is just kind of it for me when it comes to having an Airbnb. And I want people that want to come back with us. I want kids to make core memories there.
Yeah.
I want them to remember that bunk bed
Mhm.
and have those memories of just a place that felt like theirs when they were their home away from home.
Absolutely.
And so we partnered with an amazing co-host. We decided to go that route.
Okay.
We did a few other things before, and the trajectory of that wasn't where we weren't aligned.
Okay.
And so I actually met our co-host in one of her classes that she was teaching how to invest in Airbnbs.
Really?
And so I
Okay.
took her class,
Okay.
and then I ended up joining a networking group, Women Trusting Women, later on, and then realized like all of the pieces came together and we decided to partner with her. And
Wow.
that has been incredible because when you talk about someone with attention to detail, she's top notch.
Wow.
And I have the vision, I have the ideas, I have all of that, but like, right, we have other jobs. And
Exactly.
so we can't focus 100% attention on that. And so the co-hosting model is fantastic because we pay her And then she manages everything under our brand. And so we don't lose that. Whereas if you go with a property management company, oftentimes you're operating under their brand, their name, they hold your reviews, everything like that.
Wow.
And so she is really our advocate. And I mean, she's right beside us on everything. So she went and stayed before she took our property on.
Okay.
She evaluated all the intricacies of the home, wrote an incredible manual. Like when people walk in or when they book, they get this manual of, hey, here are the owner's favorite things. Here are their favorite places to eat. Here's what they like to do when they're here. Here's every detail about the home. Everything is labeled. I
That's
mean,
nice.
yes. So like experience is really
Exactly.
what we're after.
Absolutely, 100%. I mean, that's one thing, like, when we book Airbnbs, we're not just booking a place to lay our head, we're looking to book an experience, and that's I know that Justin, one time traveled and he stayed at a place, I think, in, I wanna say Kentucky would have been the first stop, but it was a baseball, Major League Baseball room, and the
That's
memorabilia was just amazing in this home, like, the, refrigerator was like a baseball, and it was, like, just everything that had to do with Major League Baseball, and he was just like, "This was really cool," and just to be able to,
yeah.
with him and his dad being, with the Yankees and everything else like that, it was just something for him to be able to go in and share and just have memories, and even though I wasn't with him on this particular trip, but it was just one of those things that it just added to his trip where
Core right.
but he didn't feel alone. You know what I'm saying? The place that he stayed in, even though he'd never stayed there before,
Yeah.
made him feel like he was at home
That's
and just could experience something different. But just like I said, even with his dad in that moment, even though his dad wasn't there either, it was just something that, like you said, it created a core memory. It was something
yes.
that just gave him peace and just gave him happiness and joy in his heart. And
Mhm.
that's literally what you feel at your place too. I mean, when Justin and I stayed there, we had an amazing time. Do you know what I'm saying? So it just, I could see that. And then I've seen like on your social media where you've had bridal showers,
Mhm.
where you're creating just an environment
Yeah.
for, those to love on each other and just have a safe place to be able to go and, really celebrate what they're going there to celebrate for. And the photo ops are immeasurable.
I think that the lighting is the best. So
Exactly. Exactly. So what other things have you ventured out on and seen that people have been able to do there at the homes?
So we've had bachelorette parties, we've had bridal showers, we had a family that came for a memorial service,
Oh, that's
and they spent a week with us last year.
wow.
And they were able to do the memorial at the beach and then have a celebration of life just together
Wow.
and have that. We hosted a family for Thanksgiving.
Okay.
We hosted for Christmas last year.
Okay.
And so I think our dream of just having this place to house core memories. I mean, with each booking, it just keeps coming and getting the reviews. Like we've entered the top 5% on Airbnb,
That's
which is,
awesome.
I feel like the most incredible honor. And I attribute much of that to Brittany and just her ability to, I mean, people message us and she writes back, I mean, within minutes.
Wow.
So she is on it. And we even had over the summer, we had some maintenance things come up, and just the way that we were able to navigate those with her leadership, has allowed us to still maintain that top 5% of Airbnb homes, and, to be so new, this is only our 2nd year on the Airbnb market. I am, immensely proud of that for us,
I think that's amazing.
and I just thank my husband so much for always I mean, I don't think that outside of my parents and my sister, like, he is just my biggest fan, and whenever I have an idea, he's like, "Okay, here we go." And I think that, being an Airbnb owner has really, allowed us to witness working together outside of just being married, like,
Yeah.
as business owners together, so that's been really cool.
Oh, that's amazing. And I mean, both of you really are successful at your own businesses as well, too. So bringing that expertise into it together. And it's with being in two different fields and so forth.
Yeah.
You both have different qualities, way different personalities
Yes.
and so forth. But it's like that yin and yang. You
Yeah.
guys make the perfect person. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To be able to enjoy this experience and to be able to have that. It just,
He reins me in when necessary. He's like, "Okay, I mean, is that really gonna make or break someone renting the place?" I'm like, "But it would be so cute.
yes,
Like,
exactly.
the people would love it."
Yes.
So, he has great ideas, but, we work together quite well.
That is so awesome. So, I mean, would you say that this was well worth the experience to do, knowing that it took the 9 months of really hard work. I mean, because really, what time did you guys have? And this is literally where you spent your family time,
Yeah.
taking the kids in tow with you every single weekend. I mean, that was just
Yeah.
your lives for
Mhm.
9 months.
It was. But it was also really cool because it aligned in a season of my life where I was spending time with my dad, who was very sick at the time. And so it was a meeting place for us. He was able to witness a lot of it and just gather there at the 104 with that core meaning. Just it means more to me than anything. So
Oh,
I can't recommend enough people using the strategy of building wealth
mm,
through what they have. And that's something that you're so good at helping people see
yeah.
is taking what they have and turning it into more.
Yeah. And it's so amazing how much this is coming onto the market fold now
Mhm.
that, as far as lending goes, this is sometimes now becoming a source of income that we're able to use because it would be considered technically short term rental,
Yeah.
where that was never really used or even recognized as rental income. But this is business income. It's different now. I just really wanted to bring information into people to show them that this is another way of creating wealth,
Yes.
creating an income, starting with real estate. And it starts with purchasing your property and getting into an Airbnb. So,
Yes.
if you don't mind sharing with us, we always like to end an episode with scripture. Do you have a scripture that speaks to your heart?
Yes. So Matthew 6:34 has always been just scripture that sticks out to me as someone who I have a little tendency to worry. The Lord knows that. And so you really like not worrying about tomorrow. Just focus on today. And the Lord has already paved the way, right? Like
Yes.
he's ordered your steps. And so the speed bumps and the things that come your way in life, it's all that purpose.
Yes.
And so I think taking that and then being able to turn around and serve other people with whatever your life experiences are. Yes, you're gifted with that grace, but then don't forget to pass it on to others
That's right.
and what you've learned. So I try to think about what's that song? I hear it on Caleb. Is it Still Waters? You're
Oh,
planted,
yes.
you're planted
Psalm
by
23.
yes, thank you. And you're planted right there by living water and just trust that like it's all gonna work out.
Amazingly.
So I could take my own advice every single day. So I just
So
have to
you
repeat
we
it all
always can
myself.
take that same advice. So, well, I just wanted to thank you, Amanda, for joining us today. And I can't wait to have you back again next time to be able to share more about Airbnb or what you do with your investments in real estate and even you as a realtor, how you are just, I mean, one of the most amazing realtors. First meeting, folks, you get yourselves a beautiful bouquet of flowers. She is top notch. Even the detail in how she handles your transaction is just over the top and so much love and so much care. So, thank you again for joining us today on Brick by Brick Building Homeownership. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And for more information on 104 by the Shore, be sure to check out the information links below. And if you need a great realtor, Amanda Evans-Marsh is your gal. We'll see you again soon. Talk to you later.
Bye.